Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early June 2026. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we can dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for the lovely Sagittarius collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guide, spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for these beautiful Saggies in early June 2026? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Saggy in early June. What's the vibe? What's the energy? Let's get this card out nice and quick. There we go. Cool. So we have this Queen of Cups type figure showing up here. And I do like this card. And obviously this isn't a regular tarot deck, but just the symbolism, the vibe that she has screams Queen of Cups to me. Big water sign energy. And before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the June subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, back into the reading. Let's talk more in depth about this card. So this individual, we see her, she's sitting in like a seashell throne, has her foot dipped in a little koi pond with a little fishy swimming around her. Just all the symbolism is like prototypical Queen of Cups. Now, I say with all queens, when it comes to tarot, they represent the inner aspect of the suit. So when it comes to the water, that's the emotional, inward facing type of suit within the whole entire deck. So this is like a double down of emotion whenever I see her. Now, there's great things with the Queen of Cups energy, whether this is a water sign you're connected to or the traits you're embodying, because she's loving, caring, nurturing, extremely creative and artistic. Love this vibe. If that's something you're stepping into, then beautiful. She can have a lot of emotional intelligence as well. But the downside to the Queen of Cups, she can sometimes suppress. She can feel things so intensely. So sometimes there could be emotional ups and downs. But the biggest thing with her is like suppression to the point of explosion. That's something we want to watch out for with her. Now, for some of you, it could just be very simple. Maybe you're connected to a water sign, right? Not gender specific. But this card does play off of emotions in a very heavy type of way. So hopefully it's the good way, right? So we're going to let her chill right there. You might just be a little more sentimental than you usually are, but she could keep chilling in her throne. Let's get into tarot. And yeah, I always say that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Saggy. What's happening? And while we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. So it was titled The Massive Payoff, which was beautiful. To me, it felt like moving towards something that pays off in the end, or just the actions you're taking actually going in your benefit at some point. And that's always a good thing, especially if there's certain things we're striving for, certain things we're working towards. When we get that payoff, there's nothing like it. So just know, whether it's something that's coming up or whether it's spirit saying, hey, keep pushing, it was a beautiful energy. But we're going to see what shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So we take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else, right? Let's get it going. 3 cards for Saggy. What do we have here in early June, please? Cool. Great start. Great start. So a lot of cups, which I'm not surprised, because we had the Queen of Cups there. But we got the 10 of Cups that popped out right along with 4 cups. So we have a double down, a triple down of this watery emotional energy. And we'll dig into that a little deeper. Let's get one more. What do we have for Saggy? 3 of Pentacles. Cool. This could be somebody else. Either that or career. So I love the way the elements are playing for you this week. Even though like the energies sometimes aren't the most comfortable for a Sagittarius reading, to me, they're playing very well off of each other. But let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, you know me, I love speaking about the elements because it's important. It frames the reading. And in the main part of your spread, you have the water-earth combination. So what I say, when these elements play off of each other, they represent blessings and abundance to me. So similar to how like you water a seed and watch it grow, right? You water the seed and there's this energy that sprouts forth. So I always love the water-earth combination. But again, when it comes to the water, we already spoke about it. That's the realm of emotions, things, people, situations. We're emotionally invested in things that we care about, partnerships that could all be in play when we get to the water. So aside from the creativity, the imagination, the daydreaming, another thing here, it's very empathetic and it has a very great intuition. The downside to a lot of water energy is that it could be too inward facing. It could be too intense on the inside. And when there's a lot of water, it could overwhelm us. So that's something to watch out for in this time, like emotional overwhelm or emotional ups and downs. Here on the back end, we do have Earth, which grounds all of this energy down. Now, Earth energy to me, it represents stability and security, whether it's internal or external. It can represent routine, day to day life, what you do from day to day, money, work, business, finance, home, and family. All of that falls under the Earth umbrella. Now, the downside to Earth, whereas like the water is always flowing, always moving, the Earth can be a little too predictable sometimes, or it could feel stuck. It could feel a little clunky. Not saying that it definitely is, but that's just the downside of Earth energy sometimes. But the way they play off of each other, it's like they make up for each other's downfalls, if that makes sense. But let's go through and start building this out piece by piece. Position number one, we start with one of the best cards in the whole entire tarot deck. We got the beautiful 10 of Cups right here. Great way to start. Now, with all 10s, they can represent the close of a chapter. Usually, the 10 of Cups is like a prototypical fairy tale ending, happy ending. This is a huge card of wins, victories, blessings, wish fulfillment, you name it. This is one of the best, and I love it here for you in the first position, which is really great. It could be home and family as well. Obviously, we see the house, we see the people, the spending quality time together. So maybe that's something that's heavy on your mind, whether it's the people around you or even living situation. But I just love the 10 of Cups. It's something that just goes my way. It's that wish fulfilled, which is really nice. Now, what might be the downside of this? It's going to sound reminiscent to what I was saying about the Queen because we have 10 full cups here, 10 full cups of emotion. So when this card shows up in its challenging form, overwhelming. Like it could be feeling things just really, really deep. Now, again, for some Saggies, you might just be a little more sentimental than you normally are. You might be watching movies or shows, a little tear goes down the eye. Nothing wrong with that. But the 10 of Cups can just be emotionally intense when we look at the challenge. So we'll look at it. Either that or issues within the family or household. Now, moving to the center, we do have a bit of a different vibe attached to the water because we have the Four of Cups in the center, which isn't inherently a bad card, but we see this lovely lady sitting under the tree and she's having herself a little nap, taking a snooze, or she's very much deep in thought. This one is very tied to the mind, thought process. It's a head in the clouds type of energy. And we see the cups that are in front of her. We see the universe handing her the Ace of Cups, but she's just so deep in thought that she doesn't see it. So there could be something around awareness that you need to, dig into in this time, or just like keep your wits about you, or there's just something about adjusting your awareness about a situation when this card is here. But it is about how someone views things, their mindset. So when I see it next to this 10 of Cups, it's like that Peter Pan quote, think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts. It's like one of those. So I love the optimism. This is great for ideas. It's great for creativity. The only downside, as we already mentioned, is that sometimes it could be a little too cerebral. It could overthink. Sometimes it walks that line with like anxiety and nervousness, but I'm not necessarily feeling that yet. So it's something to watch out for. Tons of internal, inward facing energy. Now, on the back, we got the Three of Pentacles, and this isn't necessarily a tough card. Um, I like it because it represents teamworking. Teamwork makes the dream work type of vibes, right? It's a group of individuals working together. This is one of the biggest cards that I think of when it comes to work, business, career, and money, right? Because these people are working together for a common goal. So that's a good thing. This also has that creativity. So that's been a theme I've been seeing for you. This, like from the beginning with the Oracle card all the way to here, there's like all this creative juice flowing for Saggy. So whatever things you're dealing with, situations you're dealing with, there could be creative ways to get around it, especially with this card here. The Three of Pentacles could also represent help, assistance, whether giving it or receiving it or asking for it. Um, the downside, if we're not talking about work and stuff like that, threes all represent groups. I don't want to say third party, but it's like more than two, more than one. So whether it's coworkers, friends, family, like there could be some sort of group dynamic that we want to look into a little bit more because the Three of Pentacles could sometimes represent somebody that's not playing well with others. So I want to dive deeper on all this, Saggy. Let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get it going here. What do we got for Saggy in early June? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Ten of Cups. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Saggy, drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Ten of Cups time. Let's see what shows up. Why do we got the Ten of Cups? Thank you. Very cerebral. I like this. I feel like there's more options or choices or possibilities than you might be seeing with a variety of different situations. So if you're dealing with anything where it's like, I feel stuck, or I have no options, or I feel like there's a rock in a hard place, it's like, no, there might be more potential than you might think. Like, I really do. Now, the Seven of Cups, I like to call the menu board of life. See this individual here, he's like, which cup am I going to take? Notice her not taking that cup. So there is this energy of opportunities, offers, taking what's presented to you. And when I see this underneath the Ten of Cups, not only is this one potential win, it's multiple. So whether you're laying the groundwork for something big or something great comes in, I just love the energetic potential right here on the front end with the Seven of Cups. Because this to me could be multiple, where it's like win after win. And it feels pretty massive to me, which I think is great. Now, the only thing to watch out for with Four of Cups and now this, the Seven of Cups underneath the Ten of Cups, it could absolutely be an energy that fantasizes quite a bit, that's in its mind quite a bit. We already went through this a couple times. This does reinforce that Four of Cups type of energy. So the power of perspective, power of mindset is hyper important in this time. Doesn't matter what's going on, whether it's a good thing, a bad thing. Like, there's something about spirit trying to keep you optimistic or to see the silver lining or to assume the best. I don't know why that's coming through, but there is something about trying to keep the mindset strong and assume the best possible outcome, which I think is all right. But we already have multiple wins and we're only on the first section. So I'll take that any day. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're going to see what the Four of Cups has for you. So I like that quite a bit. So why is the Four of Cups here? Why is it? I mean, the Sun, another beautiful card. Saggy, this is like really fantastic. I don't think I've seen a reading with so much positivity overflowing in a long time. And I like this. Now, the Sun, yes, could it be realizations, revelations, aha moments? Yes, because the Sun reveals things, the Sun casts light on things that are shadowy. So, like when I see this energy here on the front end or in the front, that's like mulling it over and thinking, thinking, thinking. And I see the Sun, it's like, aha, it finally makes sense, or boom, I got this eureka moment. So there could be a lot of things being revealed unto you in this time, whether it's coming from the outside or even coming from within. So I think that's a beautiful thing, especially with the perspective change. But if we put all that revelation, realization type of energy to the side, the Sun is the most positive card in the whole entire deck. Most readers will agree on that. Big Leo energy if you're connected to Leo. It's just very intense. So again, there is this strong inner intensity here. Hopefully it's optimism for a lot of you. But the Sun, to me, you can't beat it. So we have the think happy thoughts, think happy thoughts. So it's like, think it, do it, think it, it happens. Like, I just love the chain effect that we're picking up here. And just as I've been saying, we have the multiple wins showing up. And it's just really nice, really nice. The only downside is the intensity, I would say. So just again, watch out for these things, these thoughts, these revelations, or even these wins to just have a strong energetic intensity. So we're going to keep moving to the Three of Pentacles. I love what we're seeing here in the front. And if you're cross watching for a Sagittarius, I love it even more. There is this energy that starts seeing things in a more positive way, starts viewing things from a more positive light. And then, yeah, the realizations are popping up. So we're going to go in on the Three of Pentacles. Great energy for sure. So why is the Three of Pentacles chilling right there on the end before we get into the shadows? Thank you. Okay. All right, so watch out for the only thing here that could potentially throw the vibe off is that of another person. I hate to say that. I really do. But we got our good pal, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, in reverse underneath this Three of Pentacles, where it's like, I don't want to say it's someone that messes up the vibe or, like a stick in the mud type of energy, but it could be for some of you. So watch out for that. Like some days where you're just having a really great day and a lot of great things are happening. And then it's like, all right, then this energy just like takes all the energy out of me. So watch out for any people that are like energetic hoovers, right? Or energetic vacuums, because to me, it just goes, This energy pulls energy out of me. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Big water sign energy, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, doesn't just have to be that. But normally the King of Cups in the upright, very positive, balanced, nice. All creative stuff, all the stuff we've been talking about, he plays into it. Remember, we had the Queen of Cups very early on as well. But when he shows up in reverse, he's like emotionally up and down. So when I see that under the Three of Cups, for some of you, could it be work, career things, and issues stressing you out? Absolutely. Right? Like when I see the Three of Pentacles, King of Cups, it's like I have a back to reality type of moment. So if you're coming off a vacation or if you've been taking it slow, it's like, all right, back to reality. Here we go again. It's like one of those. But absolutely watch out for other people encroaching upon your vibe, right? So protect your energy in this time. Super important. Super important not to let other people project their energy onto you or to let them ruin your day. So we're just going to, let's go through and do a quick recap. Most of this reading is fantastic and claimable, but if you kindly look in the box, position number one, we start beautifully, especially in the front end. 10 of Cups, 7 of Cups, more options, choices, paths than you might even realize in this time. Something about trying to stay optimistic and keep those happy thoughts flowing and assuming the best for some reason. There could be somebody that's seeing things from a more positive mindset as well that I really, really like. So this is great. The only downside is someone being too internal, if that makes sense. Moving to the center, we have the Four of Cups with the Sun. So it's like we got massive wins and victories here, one after another, it seems. So that's really great stuff. There could be a lot of aha moments, eureka moments, revelations where dots connect in this time, whether it's you or somebody else. But I just overall love the vibe here on the front. The only place where it gets a little dicey and not so claimable, I mean, it could just be a warning, is the Three of Pentacles with the King of Cups in reverse. Either it's an energy that gets back to reality or back to business. It's like one of those, like when you have a really nice weekend and then Monday comes along. It's kind of something like that. But watch out for any individuals that are like energetic hoovers or they just drain you. That's the only thing where it's like, don't let anyone project onto your energy or don't let anyone suck your energy dry. Protect your vibe, right? So please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, they could be a good thing. Let's get you one. And yeah, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel. I have much love for all my channel members. All right, let's get it going here. What do we got for Saggy? In the quick, like very first shuffle, it popped out. So we got our good pal, the Knight of Wands. That's a Sagittarius power card. So normally when this shows up in the shadows, I think of it as high energy, which is great. Now, for those of you connected to another fire sign, Saggy, Aries, Leo, could be any of them. Maybe they're showing up in the shadow for whatever reason. But I always say knights to me represent actions, whether it's the actions we take or the actions others take, or communication. And the Knight of Wands is a little extra. It's like double down on the action. So I would say as a shadow side, watch out for impulsiveness, watch out for urges and risky behaviors when he shows up in the shadows, because the Knight of Wands is all about that. Act first, ask questions later. And I saw that in the other fire signs this week in different spots. So watch the impulse control when he shows up. But if you've been feeling low energy recently, and it's funny how we were talking about energy trying to drain you, this energy could absolutely fill the energy up, which I think is really great. So when I see the Knight of Wands in the shadows, if you've been feeling down, this energy could be an energetic rebound, which is really good. So we're going to put him down right there. Just watch out for the impulses. And yeah, Saggy, that's what I got for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the June subscriber surprise. If you would like further insight on your situation or you'd like to have a chat with me, you can book a personal session with me on my website, mastermetaphysics.com. My June calendar is live and spots go quick, so you could go check that out. But for the June subscriber surprise, doing another winner's choice, the winners, which will be 3, will have a choice between either the Everyday Witches Tarot, which is a lovely tarot deck, one of my all-time favorites, or you can choose a custom pendant from my website, mastermetaphysics.com. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the tarot cards in the deck, which one do you feel represents you and your energy best? You could even pick multiple if you'd like. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab /post tab. My friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.